Welcome to Creative Tech again. Today we're going to show you how to back up your site using a very good tool called Duplicator Pro. Now I've used a few other tools over the many years I've been working on websites, Joomla and WordPress. Akiba was what I used to use, and it wasn't so good. After the package is grown to a size of maybe 300 or more, it starts to fail. Backup Buddy is another tool that I use as well, and that tool was okay until it started to fail again as well. So I bumped into this tool, Duplicator Pro. I've been using it for quite a few years now, and it's a very good tool. It's good for both personal use and also for production use and for big companies, because it's got all the characteristics that is required for a huge company. For a big company, we're going to try and complete this backing up task in 5 minutes. We've gone into it with almost 2 minutes now. So the requirement for this is a backup tool, Duplicator Pro, and FTP or SSH server, and this is optional. I'm just particular about the FTP or SSH server because when I back up my sites to a local host, I would like to have a copy of it on my FTP server locally. Just in case if something happens with your host, or you're disconnected from your host, your website host provider, or anything can happen. So at least you have a copy of your site on your FTP server. So the agenda would be set up FTP service on your website backend. Set up a schedule task, run the schedule task, test to make sure that the setup is not correct. Actually, I cut this and put it here. We're testing before we're running the schedule task backup, and then we'll verify the backup. So let's go into it. So first thing we're going to do is what I like to do usually is go into the story. I'm just going to delete this and create it again. Okay, so what you do is you click new, call it what you want to call it, Cobos FTP, and I choose to use SSH 192.168.161 username and copy that. I've got sticky fingers here. Right, I would usually change that to free, so it rotates every free backup that it does. Next time it wants to do a backup, it will delete the most recent one, the oldest one, and replace it with the most recent one. So we do a test on that. Okay, the connection is successful. Just save provider. So after you save the provider, we can go on to the schedule side of things as well. let me create a new schedule. Now create a new schedule, call it schedule 2, and this is the FTP server that we tested just now working. If you haven't tested it, don't tick this, don't add it to the schedule. We choose a default template. You can create a new template or edit template to your own specification. I like to spread out the times, so I take a weekly backup once on Monday and on Thursdays, and it will start, you know, in midnight on Monday, midnight on Thursday, and then make sure that's ticked so that it's enabled, the schedule tags is enabled, and that's it here. Just click save, and then now what we do is usually you can go into these tools and you can do a test and run that test, and then we'll just go through. Okay, it might fail on this because I've not set up that storage, so I should be taking that storage, but that's the one that we tested. So I'll just wait for it to fail, and then we pick that storage and do the test again. In another video, I would deliberately pick this storage. This is the reason why that's there, and then I would do a video where you troubleshoot using this Duplicator Pro tool. What's wrong with your FTP, or what's wrong with your web server? Why it's not going to back up? So we are just going to try and run that test again using the core bus and storage FTP that we set up. Yeah, as I predicted, it failed on that. So like I said, untick that, tick this. That's the FTP that we actually tested. This is the report that it gives you when it fails. On another video, we'll go through this together, and I'll show you how to resolve issues. So I'm just going to go through that. I'll pause it when it finishes. Okay, build test run completed, everything passed, and you can see the checks that I actually did, and that's brilliant. So now next thing that is left to do is actually test the run the schedule test. So we're going to run a schedule now. Click that off. So once we click that, it's going to take a backup as if your schedule has kick-started. So basically we're going to have a backup, and we expect to, I'm going to show you where the backup would be appearing on this on this side, on your local side, on your PC. So these are some of the backups that I've done previously for other sites. This site that I'm doing is Medic, and that should be appearing somewhere. It will drop the folder here once it starts to do the backup. So let's click that, click run, and we'll leave it to, I'll just show you what it does so that you know when yours is actually doing the backup here. You know it's doing it correctly. So this is what's going to do. It's going to get up to 100%, and then once it gets up to 100%, it's built, and then it will transfer the package to your FTP server. So I'll pause the video when it comes back. See. Okay, the backup is completed successfully. You can see that's the latest backup. That's the backup that we took. I'm just going to navigate to the FTP server, establish a connection to that FTP server, That's the FTP server, the core bus FTP server. I like to use more than one FTP server because sometimes you do get your FTP server going offline exactly at the same point where you're supposed to be taking a backup. So what would happen is that when you have two schedules, if one fail, maybe the other schedule you scheduled it like 1 hour after that one, at least that one picks up. So you're very sure that you have your at least one backup. So yeah, you see, that's the latest backup that we just took, and this file size is one. Actually, when you arrange by date, modify date, that's the latest one. That's the date 18. Today's 18. Yeah. So that's your backup. Two files. That's what I'm trying to say. You have two files: the actual package, the backup package, and the script that comes with it. You would usually rename the script to something more meaningful and shorter, and then this is the script that you're going to use to restore the backup to another site or to migrate your site. I have another video which has followed this, and I will be uploading both the backup and the restore videos so that it doesn't make sense that you have a backup and you don't know how to restore it. So see you in the other video, and that's ctechend.com. Bye.